Hi guys, this is James on Guitar. Thank you for coming to watch. And today is my first ever guitar pedal giveaway launch video, which I'm really excited about because I've been thinking about this for a long time. I always thought once I pass 1,000 subscribers and I can monetize the channel, even though I'll only be getting in tiny amounts of money, I would like to start giving things away, basically. And the reason I want to do that is because I understand everyone's time is constrained, and for anyone that takes the time to watch one of my videos, to comment, to like, to follow me along, to give me tips, and also to give me nice compliments, I want to be able to give stuff away here and there. So the structure going forward is that when I hit 1,500 subs, I'm going to give away this pedal. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. This video will turn into a sort of review of this pedal. We'll get to that. And then at 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20, 25, and then we'll see after that. If we get to that point, we'll worry about it then. Obviously, my aim is to grow the channel. And to do that, this pedal giveaway is going to go until I get 1,500 subs, at which point I will look back through my videos and I'm going to pick someone that has subscribed, of course, but also commented. That's the important bit to me. I want this to go to an active supporter of mine, an active watcher, someone who's in the guitar YouTube watching community, who watches all the other people as well, like I do. Because I want to give back to the people that are sort of obviously going to support me the most. That makes sense. Sometimes someone will subscribe randomly. They won't have thought about it too much and they'll have watched half a video and never watch another one. That's fine. But what I want to do is build a community here and to give this to someone who's going to help me out, of course. So this works two ways. I'd rather be honest about that from the beginning. So that is the rules. You have to comment on a video. Once I've hit 1,500, I'll look back at the last, however many videos that takes, 30, 40 or 50 videos, who knows. It took me 100 and something videos to get 1,000 subs, but I swapped from doing a food channel to doing a guitar channel. I lost hundreds, half of my viewers left. The other half probably don't even realize that they're still subscribed. So it's taken me a long time, but I'm hoping this next 450 subs will take far less time. So anyway, that's the rules. Comment, subscribe, and you've got a chance. I'll send this anywhere that I can in the world. I'll pay for the postage. You'll pay for any customs sort of tax if there is. That's just the way it's going to work. So I hope that's cool. This is the Nobels ODR-1 natural overdrive pedal. This is the secret pedal of the session guitarist, as far as I can work out. You only have to name Tim Pierce and Tom Bukovac, who are huge supporters of this pedal, amongst all the other people that you can find on Nobel's website who use it, to find out that this is the secret sauce. This pedal is brilliant at cutting through the mix, as far as I can work out. I think that's probably why session guitarists really like it. That, and it's pretty affordable. £99, I'm assuming it's probably around $100 in the States, 100 euros, wherever you are. So it's not a super cheap pedal. It's not a super expensive boutique-y sort of pedal. And I think it's great for a first giveaway, and we'll only go up from there. So I thought we'd go through a few of the tones, and I'm just going to use this one guitar today. It's my beautiful Case J159. Case is a British guitar maker. All the guitars are made by hand. fantastic instruments. So what do we have here? The ODR-1 has a drive, a spectrum, and a level. I guess spectrum is a bit like tone. It also has a battery port, which you can open here. So you can run it on battery, which I don't tend to think about too much anymore. And then there's a remote, which I guess is some sort of foot pedal thing. But yeah, let's hear it. So I've got this set from the manual. Sorry, just grabbing a piece of paper. Well, I could tell you actually what the different things are. Spectrum control. This control changes the amount of deep, mid, and treble frequencies at the same time. In the minimum position, you have warm mid-tones for a great blues sound. If you turn the knob clockwise, your sound becomes harder, ideal for a good hard rock sound. So in the jam, you'll have heard the spectrum was sort of 3/4 of the way on. Level adjust the volume. Remote jack. The on-off function can be remote controlled by a momentary switch connected to the remote jack. Intelligent switching devices also can control the unit. Okay, well, we won't worry about that for now. Let's go through some of these sounds. I'm on standard blues at the moment. Going through my 2-rock classic reverb signature. Let's turn the pedal off. And on. That's a glorious sound. It really has a natural feeling. I think it's one of those pedals that it sounds like an overdrive pedal, if that makes any sense. In my mind, this is the sound when I think of overdrive, you know, as a thing. This is the sound you get, and it's got such great sort of attacking dynamic. Yeah, it's got a great sound. You know, I've plugged it into 3 different amps so far. It all sounded fantastic. With this guitar, which has a really high output pickup, the riff raff by bare knuckle in the bridge position, and it has the mule, which is more of a path in the neck. You can hear both the sorts of tones. And then if I split it so it's got a single coil, great. Okay, so that's the standard blues. Let's go into hard rock rhythm. So we're going to turn the drive up. And the spectrum level stays about where it is. Pushing that amp beautifully. It has this sort of feedback which makes you feel like you're playing next to a really pumped up amp going on really hard, and I think that's a magic trick. It makes me feel like I'm playing like a 100-watt Marshall. It's fantastic. Hard rock solo sound. Okay, so basically turn it up. Okay. My wife's working upstairs, so sorry. Yeah, that's brilliant. I think one of the things that I noticed when I was jamming around with this was that I think some of the boutique pedals are really aimed at us lot at home who just like to noodle about, and they sound absolutely beautiful when they're just played by themselves. You could take any number of pedals like that. Let's say the Duelist, the Revival Trem. Yeah, let's take those two pedals for example. I think they sound so flipping good. You know, sonically, just harmonically beautiful, everything. And when I plug them into jam with something, they start to get a little bit lost in the mix. Now, you could crank them more and you can up the mids on your amp and everything. But this pedal automatically seems to be made for the proper band or session player. The levels that are coming out of it have those real mids, you know? So unlike us sort of tone hounds, going for that individual tone. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, in certain settings, certain bands, and if everyone's sympathetic to each other, you can, of course, create incredible stuff. But when it comes to like just a rock band, those pedals are probably going to get a little bit lost. And if you're in a scuzzy club somewhere, you know, playing over a PA system, you need to just be heard above the mix. And this sort of pedal, I think I'll have to do another video where I try it through a cheaper amp. I'll have a think about what it's going to be to see, you know, what that does. Let's go for one more. Let's go for drive turned right back. So crunchy blues turned off. And on. This makes me want to plug a Telecaster in. Give me a sec. I'll just tune it up and I'll be with you in a second. Let's go back to that standard blues. So it's funny because listening to it without having any sort of backing on, there can be a little bit of harshness depending on the setting. It's got a great dynamic range from really pretty heavy rock at the top end. Even though it sounds natural, it sounds like you've pushed a Marshall amp, right down to that crunchy blues with a lot of sustain. There's a lot of sustain with this pedal. I'm really actually hugely impressed. I mean, I've spent most of the last few months playing with the most expensive pedals on the market. They're fantastic. Of course they are. You can do a lot with them, but it does show you that price isn't the only factor, and also having everything in one pedal is not the only factor. This is a simple Boss type pedal, you know, basically level, tone and gain. But there's something clever inside, and I'm super impressed. I'm really happy to give one of these away. I bought two. And I hope it's something that, you know, will draw in some new viewers, I'm looking for people who will comment and take part in this with me, because I think that'd be great fun. There's already been a few guys that are commenting along with me, and that's really great and giving me lots of tips, and I thank them a lot. I am probably going to pick the person at complete random, if that makes sense. I'll take all the names, put them in a hat. Maybe I'll do my first live video as the draw. So anyway, I hope this has piqued your interest. I hope this draws people in. Please don't get bored if I keep mentioning this. Probably at the start of a lot of videos, I'll mention the giveaway, and then I'll do another video about this in a month or so, just to remind people, just a short one. But anyway, subscribe, comment, please like this video. Let's get this out to a couple of thousand people. That would be really great if you could help me with that. Otherwise, thank you very much. I'll see you next time.